Hey, Drew James here from LearnGuitarinLondon.com, and today we're going to be looking at 10 different picks made from a variety of different materials to see the difference in sound, or hear the difference in sound. So let's have a look at the overview of what we have. We have metals, we have slightly more sort of esoteric, so we've got buffalo, bone, and we've got stone here as well, and then we've got woods, and this one I've got here, this is my standard Tortex pick that I use for a majority of my lessons, either this or a blue, okay? So they're the groups, and we're going to have a listen to each, even within the groups, they've got different sounds, okay? So let's have a look first of all at my standard. So this is the one that I use for a lot of lessons. I've been using this for as long as I can remember. It's called Tortex and it's made by Dunlop. It was based on, actually they used to make plectrums out of tortoise shell, but obviously tortoises are endangered creatures, so it's not very nice to be slaughtering them for plectrums. So this is made to make that sound. I feel it's a very even, balanced, mellow sound. Moving on, let's look at the metal. So this one is made of brass. So it's got, listen to the attack, right? It's got more of a shiny jink noise, okay, than my previous plectrum. Let's look at another metal. This is aluminium. Even more of that attack, that ch noise that you can hear against the strings. So if you're strumming quite a bit, you get a much brighter attack against the strings. And this is just made of a general alloy. It's actually made out of a coin. Much harder, much brighter in terms of its sound. Interestingly, Brian May from Queen, he uses I think it's a 50p coin, or it might be a pound, I don't know, but he uses a coin against the strings. Okay, so that's the metals, very bright, very sharp. Let's have a look at the other end of the spectrum now and look at the woods. So this wood here that I'm using is called a purple heart style. So you can hear that it still has a little bit of that shine to it, but it's slightly more mellow and it doesn't sound as hard when I'm hitting against the strings. Moving on to this, which is ebony. Now what is important to understand about this pick versus the other two wooden plectrums is that this one has a lacquer on it. You can see that it's shiny, right? And that means that it will have more of a cut to it, more of a cut sound. And finally, this other wooden one here is rosewood, which often our fretboard is made out of. I think this one's the most in the middle in terms of the sound, and the one that sounds the most like my Dunlop Tortex pick. Next, let's look at this category here. So we've got three different types. We've got stone, we've got buffalo, horn, and we've got bone. So the stone. It's got a little more depth than the metals for me. In terms of holding it and feel, it feels really nice. I like the weight of it. And yeah, in general, really nice. I like that. And let's look at the bone now. The bone of what? I've got no idea. Hopefully an animal. So this one is probably the most scratchy to my ear. As I strum down, it's kind of impossible really not to get that noise where you can hear the plectrum grinding against the strings. This sort of noise. But it has its place. And finally, the buffalo horn. Now the buffalo horn, I've been reassured, these aren't my plectrums, I'm borrowing off a good friend of mine, but I've been reassured these are the most expensive. And I don't even know if you can get them anymore. Can you get them anymore? You can. All right, apparently you can still get them. And out of these three, I think this one has the most balance once again. So a little closer to my Tortex because I quite like the balance of it. And it's lovely to grip as well. What are your opinions on plectrums, on what sort of material that you like to use? Let me know in the comments. It'd be great to start a conversation. Keep on playing. See you soon.